If you are like most entrepreneurs in network marketing, you started your journey for freedom, time freedom, money freedom, the ability to create a life on your terms, right? So let's be real for a second. Freedom doesn't come by winging it. It comes by being intentional. And nowhere is that more obvious that when tax season rolls around, and we know when's that tax deadline, right? And you find yourself digging through piles of paperwork, scrolling through your bank app, or wondering where all the money went. Let's change that. Let's flip that script from scramble to strategy. Aloha and welcome to episode number 42 of Releasing the Badass in You. I am Marianne Roos, your guide in the pursuit of business growth, passive income, and most importantly, time freedom. I believe that the more you make, the bigger impact you can make in the life of the people that you love and around the world. Now back to our topic. And how can you be intentional about planning your business and financial strategy so that next time that the tax season comes around, you're not just ready, you are thriving. Now I do have a handout for you. I have a freebie. This one's a 5-pager one for you that you can go ahead and download that has a little bit more information than what I'm going to be sharing with you today. But let's start with a couple of things, right? It is important for you to know your numbers like a boss because money loves clarity. If you want to attract abundance, you have got to make space for it mentally, emotionally, and on paper. So just light that candle, pour out your favorite drink, pour out your favorite drink, and get intimate with your income and expenses. Now, I also want you to set up a separate business bank account. Don't keep it mingled with your personal finances because that is one of the easiest ways to save you a headache and potential audit is by keeping those separate. All right, so that's number 2. And I think I've got 4 things written down for you today, but I have a whole lot more in here for you. So first is know your numbers like a boss. 2 is have separate business account. Don't mingle it with your personal. Number 3 is to schedule quarterly check-ins. We just wrapped up the first quarter of the year. We started into the second quarter, and this is when the tax season is, right? So don't wait until April to do your first check-in or to start preparing. But since April is here, might as well get started now if you haven't started yet, right? Smart network marketers will touch base on their financial goals every quarter. You hear that? Every quarter. So put it in your calendar. Plan for it. Time block that time where you review how things have been going financially and where you want them to go. Be intentional with your planning. And let's see, let me see, I've got a couple notes here. Yeah, okay, before I go on to the next one, something that I highly recommend is setting up a money date, whether it's once a week or once a month, but no further apart than that, right? Personally, I would say once a week. And that's where you sit down and you put in your numbers. That way you know what your numbers are. You're putting in your expenses. You're putting in your income as well. That way you know where everything stands. So, and with that, when you do your quarterly check-in, you have all your numbers. And when it comes to the end of the year, when it's time to get all your tax paperwork together, you will have all your all your numbers. And I've got some more tips in here for you as well on being prepared for next time that tax comes around. That way you're not just going like frantic and having to, you know, even spend a whole entire weekend or an entire week. Or I know some people that are like a whole month long, they're like, I gotta work on my taxes. I've gotta work on my taxes. I'm doing taxes all weekend. Follow these strategies and you won't need to do that. Okay, so also it's important to know what you can deduct. And many network marketers actually miss out on some savings because they're not sure of certain things that they can deduct. So for that, work with a tax professional that knows the industry. It is very important that they know the industry. I have personally fired a tax preparer because after taking a course that related to the network marketing industry, a course on taxes. Now, I am not a tax professional. I simply took a course so that I could have a better understanding of how things work. And from what I learned, I ended up firing my tax preparer and finding one that would actually understand the business model. And this was over 10 years ago, I would say, or roughly 10 years ago. And it is still true today. There are so many tax preparers that do not understand the network marketing model. So be sure that whoever you use understands that model. Okay, so one last thing is that I want to say that I want you to be the CEO of your business, not just a marketer. That's something that you can do, right? You're not just promoting your products or your businesses, your services, or growing a team. You are running a business, and businesses that are built with intention thrive, and businesses that are built with clarity and consistency thrive. So let's make this year the year that you walk into the tax season like a boss. No stress, no panic, just purpose, planned, and progress. So be sure to get that handout because I have more tips inside here for you. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, let's release that badass in you. Hui ho, toodle pip, and aloha.